Welcome to episode 2 of Sue's World. We return to Lincoln Manor, where Sue and Edith are sleeping peacefully through the night. Yes, they were up late last night and they have to get up pretty early today, so there's not too much rest for the new couple. However, there's a very exciting reason that they're getting up today. Is now the day that their new adopted child will arrive. This is such an important day that Sue has even decided to take the day off work. As much as she wants to advance in her career, it is just too important. Also, Edith doesn't start her training until tomorrow, so she'll be around as well. She won't have to miss her first day of work, which is a very good thing. So, as they have breakfast at the kitchen table, they talk in excitement about the event of today. They wonder what the new child is going to be like. The adoption agency has told them very little. The only things that the agency has told them is that the child is a girl, and her name is Amaya, spelled M-A or A-M-A-Y-A, and she is very young, just starting out school. Other than that, they know nothing. Yes, it's going to be a very different dynamic with a young kid around the house. But Sue and Edith are very, very determined to provide the best environment they could possibly have. Now, poor Sue is losing aspiration points for missing the carpool, but not to fear. Very soon she'll be getting those back and more. As the two of them nervously wait for 10 o'clock, when the adoption agency is supposed to send out the van. Eventually 10 o'clock does come, and the van arrives, driven by the social worker, bringing the new child. And who can it be? And there she is. We now get our first glimpse of little Amaya. Yes, she has two little pigtails there, and Sue gives her a warm greeting to the family. And a few minutes later, Edith does the same thing. Well, they decide now that Amaya is here, Sue will prepare some food for everybody. Yes, they want to make her feel as home as possible. So they start talking to her, asking her about herself. Amaya doesn't want to talk too much about her past, though. She'd rather talk about where they are now. So Amaya is enjoying her grilled cheese sandwich as they chat. Of course, Sue and Edith have a lot to catch Amaya up on. They have to pretty much tell them all about all the family and the glorious history of the Lincoln house in which they are sitting. Yes, it's a very, very fascinating for Amaya to hear all this and to take it all in. It's quite a lot. Of course, Sue's going to have to explain about her two sisters, and of course her parents, the late Mike and Laura, who lovingly built the house from a small little rectangle to the large building it is today. Of course, Edith is going to tell Amaya about her two older brothers and her one younger brother. So, quite a lot of family between them. Of course, Amaya is going to have 4 cousins to meet. 2 of them are older than her and 1 of them is younger. So basically, it's going to be very overwhelming for the little girl. But she fits right in with a little belch, which Sue finds quite amusing. Well, Amaya decides to look around the house. It's all new to her. She admires the paintings on the wall. Of course, this is a much bigger place than anywhere she ever lived before. But she likes it so far. Yes, the mismatched furnitures that are still there from Mike and Laura's day. Then she amuses herself by playing on the couch. She continues her self-guided tour through this new unused room, and then she goes to see the pool. Yes, Amaya's never had the opportunity to learn to swim before. So she changes in her swimsuit and stands on the edge of the diving board. But she's a little bit too afraid to make the plunge. And she sees the 2 grave sites very prominently featured in the yard. And she wonders who they are. I mean, Sue's told her who they are, of course, but Amaya would have no concept at all of what Mike and Laura were really like in person. Well, she decides to give another try at the diving board. She would like to go swimming, but she just can't get over her nerves. So she backs down and changes back to her normal clothes. But now she wants to see where she's going to be staying. Now, Sue and Edith are getting a little nap because they were up so late. And they pretty much let Amaya go where she wants in the house. So, Amaya looks around her new bedroom, sits on her bed. Of course, she's pretty tired. It's been a pretty grueling process. But she's immediately interested in this new dollhouse that Sue and Edith brought for her, and the little dolls it has within. And soon she begins playing away, lost in her own games. She doesn't even notice at first that Sue is watching. Yes, Sue is undoubtedly thinking of her own childhood here in this very same Lincoln house. Eventually, Amaya sees that Sue is there, and the 2 of them chat a little bit. Sue asks her how she feels about the house, how she likes it, and Amaya says she likes it a lot. She really does feel at home so far. Now, Sue wants Amaya to meet the family, but she wants to do it in small little groups. So, they're going to invite over Lucy and Puck and little James. So, here they come. Yes, Sue is telling Lucy all about her new adopted daughter, and Lucy says, "Hey, I can't wait to meet her." So, Amaya comes in and chats with Lucy right away. Yes, Lucy, who had a little dip in the hot tub for some reason before Amaya came to see who her new aunt is. Now, just a few minutes later, Puck arrives outside, and Amaya wants to greet him. Yes, this funny, red-headed elf man with his little goatee. Or not really goatee, but beard or whatever you would call it. And they chat and hit it off right away. Yes, it's definitely a lot for Amaya to take in this first day. And of course, Sue is still pretty exhausted, so she's taking a little nap herself. And now finally James comes over. Yes. Of course, James is wanting to play a little bit immediately, but Amaya is a little bit nervous, seeing that she's meeting so many new people in such a short time. But they soon start chatting and hit it off real well. James is, of course, a few years older than Amaya, more than halfway through his elementary school years. But now the new cousins are getting to know one another. To celebrate this occasion, Sue has decided to prepare some spaghetti. Yes, as we know, Sue has learned quite a number of cooking skills throughout her life. Her parents made it a point for all their kids to learn. Well, unfortunately, Lucy and James have to go. Lucy decides it's really too late for James to be out and about. But Puck decides to stay a little bit longer to enjoy the dinner. So, they eat within the walls of this Lincoln house, enjoying Sue's fabulous cooking. Yes, life is now taking a new turn around here. Because, of course, once you have a kid, life can never be the same. So, Amaya finishes her meal, and it's getting very close to bedtime for everyone. They're a little bit tired after this very exhausting day of new things. So, Sue goes to get ready for bed, and Amaya goes up to spend the first night in her new bedroom. Yes, sleeping in a new place is always difficult, especially for someone so young who's been through so much. But eventually this place will feel as much like home as anywhere else. And Sue and Edith are going to bed very happy with how the day went. They really love their new adopted daughter, and they think that she will have a good future in the house with them. And tomorrow will be another day at work for them. The first day of Edith's new job. But for now, it's time to rest. Unfortunately, Amaya hasn't really been able to get to sleep too well, so she snuck out of bed to play at her dollhouse a little bit. Yes, it's going to take quite a while before she's settled in, but that's okay. She likes this new house, and she likes her new parents. So, hopefully, life will be good for her here. And now everyone in the house is asleep, and that brings us to the end of this episode. I hope you all enjoyed it very much, and I will see all of you very soon for more of this family. So long.